What's up guys, it's your friendly neighborhood Grubs with the first ever guide on this channel, and it's going to be for Guarm in the Trial of Valor on heroic difficulty. I'm gonna straight up tell you what the boss does and how the fuck to deal with it. First things first, where the hell do we tank him? Though there are many places to tank the boss on this fight, we found it was easiest to tank him facing the right side of the bridge if you're looking at the boss here. This provides maximum efficiency when you're turning the boss toward the raid for the breath. Position the melee on the back side of the boss while the raid stands where you came in. Pop all of your cooldowns as well as Bloodlust and or Heroism on pull, as this is a pretty tight enrage. Your tank should be merging models on the aforementioned area to handle a mechanic on the boss that is similar to the mechanic on Butcher called Heavy Handed, which splits melee damage between the two tanks. Flashing Fangs deals a high amount of damage in a cone in front of Guarm, and after this ability is over, your tanks should turn the boss for the breath. Guardian's Breath, after a short cast time, will place 3 colors on the ground that you should split your raid to soak evenly. Please note that if a player at any point in the fight for the entire rest of the fight soaks a different color, they will die instantly. At this point, the boss should be turned back to his original position to start the second cycle of these 2 abilities. I had extremely shitty latency during this pull, so my screen is gonna stop for a little bit, but after it unfreezes, you will see that he immediately does Flashing Fangs, then another Guardian's Breath, and it so starts the 2 new abilities. Roaring Leap is an ability that's not too much of a hassle so long as your range group is at least 25 yards away from the boss and spread out. He has an ability called Headlong Charge, and that's the real asshole here. He'll jump to one corner of the room and then run a circle around the room, dealing pretty decent AoE damage to the entire raid and killing everybody who gets in his way. If you can move correctly and avoid this, then it shouldn't be too much of an issue. The fight then turns into a rinse and repeat, dealing with Flashing Fangs and Guardian's Breath, and then back to Headlong Charge again. One more thing to note is that if any one person does not soak a color during Guardian's Breath, he will get a stacking damage buff that becomes really difficult to deal with if you get more than one. And that's it for this no bullshit boss guide. Be sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date with all the new videos and guides that may come on this channel. Now get out there with what you've learned and kill some bosses.